All right, so we're going to continue on the practice exam for polynomial. We get this question number 16. Which expression factors the expression x squared plus 7x plus 12? Now, this is like the trinomial. We're going to factor this trinomial, right? So, and we know to factor trinomial, we have to look for the coefficient of x squared. If it's 1, which is exactly what we have here, things are, will be much easier. So we can find two values. Let's call them like AB, right? Whose product is 12, which is the last number there, the last value, and whose sum, like, if you add them up, you will get 7, which is exactly what we have here, right? And those numbers are easy to find in this case because we can see, like, we're not going to choose 6 and 2 because 6 times 2 is 12, but 6 plus 2 is 8. But we can choose 3 and 4, right? Because 3 times 4 will be 12, and 3 plus 4 will be 7, right? And that's exactly what we need. So the answer will be two values, will be 3, right? Will be x plus 3 times x plus 4. And that's going to be the answer, right? And which is exactly the same thing as A. Now, A is x plus 4 and x plus 3 is the same thing. X plus 3 times x plus 4 is exactly the same thing, right? So the answer will be A, right? For number 17, we'll get the same thing, right? So for number 17, we get x squared. We get, we need two factors, like which expression factors the expression x squared minus 16, minus 6x minus 16. Well, one way to do it, by the way, let's suppose you have a problem with this. How you find two values. For example, you multiply them, you get negative 16, and you add them up, you get negative 6, which is the middle value here, right? So one way to do it is we can just like try to use the answers here, and you can use FOIL method here, and you can just multiply x with x and x times 8, then we have negative 2 times x, then negative 2 times 8. You can try the second one if the first one didn't work, right? If you don't get the same result as x squared minus 6x, so you can also, you can multiply this with this and this with this, but this is going to be a really long way, all right? So we can just like learn this, and we can find two values whose product is negative 16 and whose sum is negative 6, right? And you can see that negative 8, that negative 8 times 2 will give me negative 16. And negative 8 plus 2 will give me negative 6, which is exactly what we need, right? So the answer, the numbers that we need, that we're looking for, will be negative 8 and positive 2. So the answer will be x minus 8 and x times x plus 2. And that's going to be the answer. And I believe that's going to be, is that B? Yeah, that's going to be B right here, right? That's B. Okay. So that's going to be B, right? Which is x plus 2 times x minus 8 is the same thing as x minus 8 times x plus 2. So B will be the correct answer. So we have another question here. So this question we get, we're going to have this polynomial x squared minus 16x minus 40. Which of these are factors of the expression? So we can do the same thing here, right? We can do the same thing here. We can find two values, like let's call them like A, B, like two values, right? Whose product is negative 40 and whose sum is going to be, negative 6, right? So let's find two values. If you multiply them, you get negative 40. So what possibilities we have, for this? So we can have like maybe like 5, right? Like negative 5 times 8, right? That would be negative 40, right? But negative 5 plus 8 will give me 3, and that's not what we need. We need some, we need two values. When you add them up, you get negative 6, not 3, right? Or maybe negative 3. So 5 and 8, it's not going to work. So it's not going to work here, right? We can try other numbers. What about like, 4 and 10? What about 4 and 10? So we can have like negative 10. So we can have negative 10 times 4. That will be negative 40. But negative 10 plus 4, that will give me negative 6. And that's exactly what we need. So for negative 40, right? And also we have negative 6 here, right? So the target numbers that we're going to use here will be negative 4 and negative 10 and 4, right? So the answer would be just like x minus 10 and x plus 4. And that's going to be the answer, right? Which is x minus 10, x plus 4, and the answer will be C. The answer will be C. All right, in this question, question number 19, identify three expressions that are equivalent forms of the expression h to the fourth power plus 5h squared plus 4. Select three answers. Well, since we're going to select three answers, we better use the answers, okay? So let's start with A. Let's start with A here, right? So let's start with A. Let's try to evaluate each one here, right? So A, that would be, we're going to remove the parentheses here. We're going to have h to the fourth, right? Plus h squared plus 5h squared plus 4, right? And we're going to combine the middle term, like terms there, like with the same degree. So we got h to the fourth power plus 6h squared plus 4. And that's not the same what we have here, okay? So A is wrong. We don't need A. Let's go for B, right? So we're going to remove the parentheses. We're going to have h to the fourth power plus 3h squared plus 2h squared plus 4. So we're going to have like h to the fourth power. We're going to combine the middle term, two terms. We're going to have 5h squared plus 4. And that's exactly what we have here, right? So B will be one of the answers. And since they told us, they're telling us we have to, we can find like three expressions, three answers, so we can keep going. So let's try with C. Let's try with C here. So we're gonna have like we're gonna remove the parentheses, right? Right. So it's gonna be h, right? Gonna be h to the fourth power plus 2h squared plus 2 plus 3h squared plus 2, right? And we can continue here. We're going to have h to the fourth power. We're going to combine, what's that, like 2h squared with 3h squared, right? So it's going to be 5. It's going to be like 5h squared. And we're going to combine 2 with 2. And that would be 4. And that's exactly also the same answer. That's exactly what we need here, right? It's the same one. So C will be one of the answers. So we just need one more here, right? So let's try with D here. Let's try with D. Now here we can use FOIL because we have like two parentheses here. So we have like first, it's going to be like h squared times h squared would be h to the fourth power, h to the fourth power. And then we have h squared times 4. That will be 4h squared. And then we have 1 times h squared. That would be h squared, right? And then the last one, we have 1 times 4. That would be 4. And we're going to continue here. We're going to combine the middle terms there. It's going to be like h to the fourth power. And 4h squared plus h squared, right? So 4h squared plus h squared is going to be like, 1, like 4 plus 1. That would be 5. That would be 5h squared plus 4, right? And that's going to be the same answer, right? And I believe we just, I think we just answered the question 19 here because we just select now, there's like three problems, right? Three answers, three expressions that are equivalent form of the expression h to the 4 plus 5h squared plus 4. All right, so let's move on to the next question here. Here we have the last question, number 20, which is about, we're going to use some skills, geometry skills here. So we get like the side length of rectangle are marked as shown in the diagram. So we have like a rectangle with the side length here. We got a 5x minus 3y, and that would be our length, right? And the width will be 2x plus y, right? So using fewest number of terms, simplest form, we always have to simplify our answer anyway. So this is the meaning of this. Make sure you keep your answer as a simple form. Write an expression to represent the parameter of the rectangle. Well, first of all, we need to know what is a parameter. What's a parameter? Well, the parameter, we're just gonna add all the sides. You add this, like this one, with this one, with this one, with this one. Remember, this is the same thing as 2x plus y, and this one is 5x minus 3y, right? So parameter is a very simple form. We're just gonna add, this side 1, with side 2, with side 3, and with side 4. We're just going to add all the sides here. Or, as you can see, we get 5x minus 3y and 5x minus 3y. Those are the length, right? So it's going to be like twice the length. Plus, and you can see 2x plus y, and 2x plus y is called width. So this is the length. That's the length here. That's L. And this is W, that's the width, right? And we can see 2x plus y, we have twice. So it's going to be twice the length plus twice the width. That's the parameter, right? So in this case, we can use it here. So it's going to be like 2. It's going to be like 2 times. It's going to be like 2 times 5x minus 3y plus 2 times 2x plus y. So we're going to have like 10x minus 6y plus 4x plus 2y. So 10x plus 4x, that will be 14x. And negative 6y plus 2y, so negative 6 plus 2, that would be negative 4y, and that's going to be the answer, right? Or you can just like add 5x minus 3y with 2x plus y, with 5x minus 3y, with 2x plus y, and you add them up, you will get 14x minus 4y. Either way, it's going to work, right? For the next question, using the fewest number of terms, simplest form, write an expression to represent the area of rectangle. Now we know the area of rectangle, the area, it's going to be the length times width. It's L times W, right? That's going to be the area. And we know what is the length, what is width. So the area, it's going to be 5x, right? It's going to be 5x minus 3y times 2x plus y, all right? And we're going to use a FOIL method here. So we get 5x times 2x, that will be 10x squared. And we get 5x, so this is the first, that's outer, 5x plus y, that would be 5xy. And we have inner, negative 3y times 2x, that will be negative 6xy. And the last one, let me pick another number here, another color. So we get negative 3y times y, that would be negative 3y squared, right? And we can combine the middle terms, which is 5xy minus 6xy, that would be negative xy, because 5 take away 6 will be negative 1, that would be negative 1xy, or negative xy, minus 3y squared. And I believe this is going to be the simplest form that they're asking us for. All right, and that's it for today, and I'll see you to the next video.